Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sideshow Live. We have Anna here today. Yay! That means there's dancing. And congratulations on the Kickstarter. Yay! That was so awesome. So not only did you make your initial goal, but so many of the stretch goals were achieved. So tell us about that.
Yes, we blew past our initial funding, which was I think $75,000, to a total of $447.27, thanks to 5,060 amazing backers. Thank you very much. Yay! We blew through 32 stretch goals, 8 of which were Kickstarter exclusives.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize it was
Pretty
that.
crazy.
I knew it was a lot of stretch goals because I kept being like, oh, another stretch goal, but I didn't keep like a final count. 32 stretch
It's like a
goals?
lifetime for some
So
people.
much metal. It's like a lot of metal.
It is very metal, both
Yeah.
subjectively and objectively.
Yeah?
Susan has a bag of metal
I
prototypes.
do. I have
here.
a bag of metal, and
Yeah.
I keep...
We have, let me check the official count, 93 metal pieces in the game, and they are all exclusive to the Kickstarter version. So the retail version will not have these lovely, heavy metal pieces. And this is a prototype. I should, disclaimer, this was produced domestically, and we'll have a higher definition print that will be done
Oh my God, that's
overseas
so
for the actual
cool.
coins. But yeah, there are 4 different types of metal tokens in the game, which is really nice. You get to track your progress with an actual clink of currency.
I also like the player cards, how the player cards got upgraded as well.
Yes, we have 18 cards that we unlocked through the stretch goals for 117 cards in the game in total, including our creator promo pack, which is very funny.
That's so
That includes
funny.
Tom, the creator of the Court of the Dead, Eric, who was our amazing project manager that ushered this project through to completion, and Pat Marino, who's a game designer. So very fun.
And tell us also now we have new miniatures.
Yes, we added 8 miniatures to the game. Again, disclaimer, these are prototypes. They were really printed locally for us to help kind of figure out balance and composition of these guys here. But we have Kier and Odium and Demethyl and an evil, gnarly little raker dude, of which you will have 5 in the game that you can fight and try and defeat.
I was enjoying so much watching on social media all the people who were here for Kier.
Yeah.
Like, and they were like, where is she? And every time a new stretch goal would get like put up on the Kickstarter, they're like, but it's not Kier. I love how much everyone loves Kier because I'm obviously
She's
Spirit.
near and dear.
We could write a whole poem. Aww. And then there's actually someone who watches the show in the UK whose name is Kier.
No way.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
really
God.
cool.
We need to meet this person.
Yeah, I know. She needs to come out, or he needs to come out. Kier. Hi, Kier. Hopefully they're watching.
Yeah. Hopefully, Kier gets a cure.
Hopefully, that'd be awesome. Cool. So, like, what else did we achieve here?
Well, one of the biggest things we unlocked right off the bat was 5th player expansion. So the game went from 2 to 4 players to 2 to 5. Woo! So a lot of people have
more
bigger
friends can play.
Exactly. Yeah,
Or
more people
mourners.
More people to beat.
So bone-packed of you to say that. I'm like Spirit, so I'm like, oh, it's a bigger gathering, and you're like beating people.
4 people to beat instead of 3.
The competition is more fierce.
We also have some custom dice that'll be a Kickstarter exclusive, and so the one on the dice is the Underworld United logo symbol.
Here, I'm gonna move this out of the way.
So, and they'll be beautiful custom blue marbly color. So, yay dice!
Yay dice!
You can bring them to your other D&D games as well. Bring them.
And be like,
Court of
look
the
at how
Dead
cool
with
I
you.
am.
The luck of the underworld.
And you're wearing green.
Yeah, exactly. For the luck of the underworld.
Anna's here, so we did promise dancing. It's happening.
It's unavoidable. And we have noisemakers.
Yes, we do. Everyone in the room hates us right now.
But it is digital confetti.
I know.
Right? So
well, that
no-
was because
no
we
vacuum,
didn't want
soul vacuum.
we didn't want we didn't want Challenger to have to clean it all up because we would have made him do it. Sorry, Challenger.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome, Challenger. That's correct.
Thoughtful.
Yeah.
Just little umbrellas to clean up.
Oh, fail.
It feels very Sesame Street.
I know, it does.
Like a very gothy version of Sesame Street. These,
Goth.
little,
I kind of want to see Goth Sesame Street now.
You know, like whoa, 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 guys. You need those.
And
so the last group of stretch goals we unlocked were all material upgrades. So those are also, worth taking a second look at if you go to sideshow.com/Kickstarter. There were 8 of those, but some of my favorites that I want to call out. We're putting a cool felt back wrap on the game board, so no slipping and sliding on the table when you slam down your Demethyl piece. We upgraded the player boards too, so they're double thick and they have indents. So again, as you're tracking your faction influence, as you're heading towards the win, and you're drinking coffee and you bump your player board, that influence isn't going anywhere.
Awesome.
And custom game tray inserts. So, of course, we have to protect all of our lovely little miniatures, all 70 of them, so they'll each have their own tiny little crypt of love to, stack in the game box and not get damaged or anything with all their little tiny parts.
Oh, here for Kier.
So, here for Kier.
So that is super awesome. Congratulations on achieving this amazing milestone for Court of the Dead.
And thank you to all of our backers. It would not be possible without all 5,060 of you.
And everyone else is like, golf clap. Golf clap.
Polite.
Yes.
Royal wedding.
Royal wedding, golf clap. It's very formal in the underworld. Ooh, what a royal wedding in the underworld. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us to talk Court of the Dead for a little bit and to do a little dance off and make some noise.
Thank you for having
One
me.
last time, let's do a round of applause for Court of the Dead Kickstarter. Thanks so much, Anna.
Thank you.
In the chats today, we have Kitty and Chicky and Dennis and Wick is here. Awesome. Good job. We will be featuring our Batman Premium art print. We will be doing a feature on the Jungle Hunter art print with the Jungle Predator Maquette with it, so you can see kind of what your display could look like. Then we have a special guest, Walter O'Neill, to talk about the brand new Luke Cage 6-scale figure. Then we are doing a feature on the Han, Luke, and Leia premium format figures. So wow, that's going to be an awesome show. So let's get right into it. We have a featured collector named Way Tap. That's a very awesome name. Way Tap. Wow, you love your DCPFs. And look at that. Wow. I love what you did with Ivy in the corner over there. That's really cool looking. Thank you so much for sharing your collection with us. If you would like to be a featured collector as well, please go to sideshow.com/blog and click the Apply Now button. We love all types of collections, so be sure to show them off. You could be featured on the live stream and also in our blog. So news. Deadpool 2 made $300 million opening weekend, right?
That's a pretty shocking number.
I know, and I haven't seen it yet.
You could buy a lot of stuffed unicorns with that.
I know. You could get a lot of stuffed unicorns, a lot of chimichangas.
Oh, think of all the heartburn.
Oh. Aww. I love chimichangas though, but I still haven't seen Deadpool 2. Oops. Sorry guys. I know that'll
add to the pot.
I know. I have to like wait for it. I've also just been way too excited for Solo that I kind of forgot about Deadpool 2. I'm going to be honest, but I know a lot of people in here have seen it and very much enjoyed Deadpool 2. Yes? Yes.
I've not seen it yet.
Oh yeah. Yes, you saw it?
I did, yeah.
Did you like it, Jen?
I did. I thought it was great.
Oh, awesome. Yay. Cool. So speaking of Han Solo, well, Solo, A Star Wars Story, that opens, well, tomorrow, really. So that's really exciting. I'm all decked out as Lando. I can't wait. Yeah. We're very excited.
Solo dance.
Solo dance.
Do the Falcon?
Yeah. We need to come up with this. This needs to be a dance. The Falcon. Oh my gosh. Anna, it's happening.
Okay.
It's totally happening. Cool.
Choreography. Fan choreography. It could be a thing.
And then we heard a huge rumor on the internet that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be Mysterio in Spider-Man Homecoming, the sequel. So how do you feel about that? I don't know. I trust Marvel is my thing. But I also, it's just a rumor. So has it even been confirmed? Have we heard a confirmation from anybody? Kitty's shaking her head, and Kitty's like our go-to girl for this stuff.
It's in talks, but...
In talks. Angelica Houston's going to be in John Wick 3.
Really?
Yeah. I'm super stoked for
I love
that.
her.
I love her too.
She would be amazing.
I know. And so I'm really, really excited for that. So that is the news that we have for today. We are going to show you a short video, and when we come back, we will have the Batman Premium Art Print. You're watching Sideshow Live. Thank you so much, Anna, for coming on and talking about Court of the Dead Kickstarter. You're watching Sideshow Live. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Since I have a cape, it's kind of like necessary to like do sort of Batman stuff as well with the cape. Yes? No? Okay, fine. No. Everyone's looking at me like I'm being stupid, so no capes. Edna Mode would be happy. Edna Mode. I said her name wrong. Wow, today is amazing. This is the Batman Premium Art Print by artists Alex Pasenko and Ian McDonald. That's actually the first time I've messed up his name. I'm sorry, Alex. It features the Caped Crusader with a moonlit background. You can see kind of like Wayne Manor right there, and then the Arkham Cemetery at the bottom. There you go. Look at that. Whew, very pretty. This is a limited edition print of 250, and it is licensed by DC Comics, and it is hand numbered and an 18 by 24 fine art giclée print. It has an embossed seal of authenticity. And I don't think it says whether or not it's hand signed, but hopefully we will get that information and put it in the chats for you guys. So the framed version will be available for pre-order on Friday, May 25th between noon and 3 p.m. And if supplies last, the unframed version will be available for pre-order on Tuesday, May 29th, because Monday's a holiday, so we can't do the normal Monday thing. On Tuesday between noon and 3 p.m. That's Pacific time, you guys, Pacific time. So go and RSVP to be the first to be notified when this amazing print goes up for pre-order at sideshow.com/capedcrusader. That's sideshow.com/capedcrusader. I love this print. It looks so good next to the other Trinity prints, like the Wonder Woman and the Superman that were released recently. Those were released, correct? I didn't just totally blow. Like, no, I was like, I know the Wonder Woman is already sold out.
And Superman has been teased in the gallery.
Okay, good. So that's not a secret. I was just like, wait a second. I know Wonder Woman is sold out. Whoops. And we all thought we had to be worried about other people on the show today. Spilling secrets. And it was me all along. Anyway, the Art Print Facebook page also gives you really up-to-date information about art prints, teases of upcoming art prints that will be coming out, or you could just watch the show where I spill everything and tell you guys stuff that I'm not supposed to. But go like our art print page at facebook.com/sideshow art prints. It's facebook.com/sideshow art prints. It's a really fun page where you get a lot of information about upcoming prints. So if you're a print collector, you really want to be there. We have a short video break, and when we come back, we have to get to the chopper because it's Predator time. You're watching Sideshow Live. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sideshow Live. Oh my gosh, this is an amazing setup right now. This is what your collection could look like. Imagine it. Well, you don't have to imagine it. It's right here for you. Yes? This is the Predator Jungle Hunter Premium Art Print and the Predator Jungle Hunter Maquette. Now, let's start with the art print, since that's what you're looking at. The artist is Fabian Schlager, and it features the Predator standing high above the jungle. It has his skull in his hand. There's a helicopter on the horizon because you need to get to the chopper, right? Yeah? I can't do impressions. Yeah, thank you, Kevin, for laughing. I appreciate it. Thank you. It has a embossed seal of authenticity, and the framed version will be available on Friday, May 25th between noon and 3 p.m. Pacific time. And again, if supplies last, we are off on Monday for Memorial Day to honor it. So on Tuesday, May 29th between noon and 3 p.m. Pacific time, you can get the unframed version if supplies last. If you are super excited about this print like we all are, you're going to head on over to sideshow.com/jungle. That's sideshow.com/jungle, and you can RSVP for this amazing print right here. So that way you can be told when it goes up for pre-order.
Do it now! Do the chopper!
And that just happened. Thank you, Challenger. That was actually really good. Thank you, Challenger. But look at this awesome maquette. That's the print. Look at this awesome maquette. I was like, look at the maquette. That's the print. Wow. Am I tired today? I might be tired today. Get more coffee, right? This is from the first Predator movie. And something that's really awesome about this is that the cut and sew on his netting is just so detailed. If you can really get in there and show the cut and sew, like it's just a very detailed. There we go. That's such a cool thing. They did such a good job on it. Like to the point where I didn't realize it was cut and sew. I thought it was just more sculpting until you touch it, and then it moves like netting, and then you get yelled at for touching prototypes.
It is netting.
Yeah, it's like it is netting. So he comes with both the masked and unmasked portrait in his collector's edition. He has a shoulder-mounted cannon, which is amazing. Wrist blades. The exclusive is sold out, but the collector's edition is still only 1,000 pieces, so that is a low edition size for a collector edition, and it's still available at sideshow.com/hunter, and it is shipping now. That is very cool. I love his skulls. So many skulls. I feel like they're trophies. Like I've only seen the first Predator movie, so I don't know the lore behind why he has all these skulls. Do you, Challenger? No, you don't? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, does anybody? Let's open it up to the room. Why does he have so many skulls? Is it in the lore anywhere?
Because he's a hunter.
He kills stuff. Awesome. So it's exactly what I thought it was. They're tiny. Oh, why'd you go there? Now they're telling me he kills bunnies. Why would you do that? But isn't he bigger than a human? He's bigger than a human.
It's not like a human-sized skull.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, now I'm really sad about this whole notion of predators killing bunnies. So thanks for that. I would much rather think of him killing xenomorphs, because that's like
That's a little harder to hang off your belt, though. That skull.
But turn it into a purse. I feel like that fits a lot of things. You drain.
You can make it into a shield.
Yeah, make it like an AVP. I've seen AVP.
Yeah, I think when he's running through the jungle hunting stuff, he's thinking, I need a purse.
Well, he needs to be able to carry all this other stuff. So you just drain all the acid blood, hollow out that skull, and then make it into a purse.
Maybe take it back for his wife, you know.
Yeah. Like, hey, babe, happy birthday. Made you a purse out of a xenomorph skull. Womp womp. Anyway, these are all things that happen in my headcanon about Predator. So he is shipping now. I think I already said that. So head on over to sideshow.com/hunter and add him to your collection. And then on Friday, add this amazing. You can't fake this. You can't fake this kind of incompetence, guys. It's built in. The Predator. Thank you, Brett.
Adding the Predator Jungle Hunter Premium Art Print.
Yes, the Predator Jungle Hunter Premium Art Print to your collection. Go to sideshow.com/jungle and RSVP for it now.
Do it now. Do the job.
I feel like every time we say this now, he has to yell that about things. So we have another video to show you, and when we come back, we'll have Walter O'Neill. I'm so sorry, Walter. You're watching Sideshow Live. We'll be right back with Luke Cage and Walter O'Neill. I can't talk. Bye. Welcome back to Sideshow Live. We have Walter O'Neill in the house. Yay! Hi. We finally got Walter to come on the show. Yay! Hopefully he'll be back. So this is the Luke Cage 6-scale figure.
It is.
It is.
Indeed.
I actually got something correct today. So tell us a little bit about your role in the development of this Luke Cage figure.
For Luke Cage, I worked as the designer and also art director. So I came up with the design for the figure and what the parts loadout was going to be. And then also through the making of the actual figure, I did a bunch of paint overs and art direction just to kind of steer it to what you see now.
Turning it back.
Yeah.
Apparently I moved him off camera. So there we go. So what were some of your inspirations that you pulled to create this version of Luke Cage?
I really enjoy the Brian Azzarello, Richard Corbin run of Cage, like it's a little mini-series Cage back in the Marvel Max days, where Luke Cage is, some of these Marvel stories start to get a little more intergalactic and start to deal with issues like that are completely universe involved, where that's more of just a down-home community story, where he is having to sort out some issues between gangbangers and the mafia.
Ooh. So that's similar to what happens in the show.
Yes.
As well. That's pretty cool. So the Max imprint is so influential in terms of like moving Marvel forward. So it's really cool that you drew from that comic book storyline. So which other Marvel figures have you worked on in the past, and do you have any favorites?
I've kind of bounced back and forth working on a lot of the Marvel stuff. So I was working design early on. So I worked on Deadpool and Wolverine. And then I kind of cycled out of it, so I didn't work on Punisher or Thor all that much. But then kind of back in the fold, so everyone after that, so Daredevil and Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that you brought back his bright yellow. Because I always think of Luke Cage as being bright yellow. Because his logo's bright yellow. He always wears that shade of yellow.
Yes,
so
that is his signature color.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're a fan of Luke Cage as a character?
Sure, absolutely.
Awesome. So what are some of your favorite Luke Cage moments?
I like the fact that sometimes I use Luke Cage as like a comedic straight man a little bit. So there's this one scene, I think it's from an issue of Mighty Avengers, where he's interacting with Spider-Man, and the Shocker is in front of him, and Luke Cage wants to beat the crap out of the Shocker. So he's talking to Spider-Man and like, okay, since he's one of your rogues, how do we do this? And Spider-Man's like, oh, usually I just web up my hands and then just beat the crap out of him. So then Luke Cage is like, all right, hook me up, and gets his hands all webbed up, and then he's going to beat the crap out of the Shocker, and then he faints, like the Shocker just faints. And then he's just like, all right, take him off. And then Spider-Man's like, Well, they don't really come off. And he's like, what? And then
So
just
he's
comedy
stuck
ensues.
with
Yeah.
fists like that. That's amazing. Does he actually get to use them?
No.
That's amazing. That's even better. Is the jacket removable? These are some
Yes.
questions are coming in from the audience. So Armand Dubé would like to know if the jacket comes off.
Yes, absolutely. Jacket comes off, and then you can see the gold wrist bracelets and stuff underneath. Or, excuse me, the silver wrist bracelets.
Yes. So someone's commenting on the gun show. Welcome to the gun show, because because it's like Luke Cage, and then you have your personal collection. So Matt Oldfield.
Everyone, Walter back.
Yeah. So Matt Oldfield would like to know: was this based on the Richard Corbin Max Cage series?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact.
I didn't obviously read the question before I asked it to you because he had just answered it. But good question, Matt.
Yes.
And good spotting.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
a lot of inspiration from that line, especially his big cage medallion. That's like one
Oh
of the
yeah,
covers.
right there. That's like the logo, or similar to the logo.
Yeah, they used that as a title treatment on a couple of their.
That's amazing. So Dark Mufasa would like
Nice
to know,
name.
what is the process on deciding what makes the cut on this figure?
That's a little more complicated. There's a handful of people who are involved in that decision-making process, as well as everything has to be submitted to the licensor. So it's very complicated, and sometimes we have things that we would like to get in, and they don't make it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, complicated
Totally.
process.
Yeah,
licensing.
Licensing, who knew? Are there any other Marvel characters that you would like to see as 6-scale figures?
I'm gonna do everybody.
Okay, P.S. When we do wish lists, you all know the drill. He's not announcing anything.
Yes.
He's just saying, I wish. Like,
Yes.
I wish a pony could fly. Not gonna happen. So what would be on your wish list? Which characters? Because we know you're a big Marvel fan. Well, they might not know, but we know in here that you're a Marvel fan.
The stuff that I want to see, like, we would never sell any. I would love to do a MODOK. Who's gonna buy that? Just me, right? One sale.
Anna would.
Okay, 2.
Because I wish Anna was still in here.
Like,
Anna loves
articulating
MODOK. Anna loves
Tiny
MODOK.
moving arms and stuff. Great.
That's awesome. Not an announcement.
Yeah, we're not announcing MODOK.
So Nigel would like to know, are there any plans for a premium format Luke Cage?
That's an excellent question. I wouldn't know. I'm working on the 6-scale team right now, so that's more of a resin question. Sideshow's a bigger company than you might think, so
Yeah.
a lot of stuff happening.
Like, you know how you guys ask me questions about upcoming products, and I'm like, I have no idea? It's because I actually have no idea. Because we all have different departments, and we all know different things.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, a lot of the times we'll design up a bunch of stuff and pitch stuff and have conversations about things, but then never actually make them. So sometimes you might see, there might be a design for Luke Cage floating around, who knows, but doesn't mean it'll get made.
Oh.
Who knows?
Wah, wah.
Now we've got people in the Facebook chat saying, I buy MODOK, I buy MODOK. So there's a few MODOK fans out there.
Get 100,000 signatures. If you're
Oh,
serious
we're
about
gonna
it.
get a change.org notification that like someone's put together a MODOK petition. And what a horrible use of that website. Is Luke Cage's necklace removable?
Yes, and he'll actually come with 2. So he has this one with the gold Cage actual medallion on it, and then a silver one that doesn't have anything hanging from it. It's just blank silver.
Very cool. Jeremy Hatcher wants to know, are there any plans for 6-scale villains?
Yes.
Woo! That's all he can say. Remember, NDAs?
I'm not saying they're Luke Cage villains or
Yeah.
where they're
He
from,
just said
but
villains.
bad guys.
They could be villains
Yeah,
from
we'll make some.
anywhere. We'll make villains. We like them.
For good guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And then anti-heroes.
It's all
too.
relevant,
That's
right?
relevant.
How many iterations, Carlos is asking, how many iterations of Luke Cage did you go through before you got to this one? God, he looks so good. I love that look.
Well, Luke Cage has had a bunch of different outfits over the years, so we tried to take several of those elements and put them all in here. So his standard costume generally now is the yellow shirt with just dark black pants. So he's got other versions where he's wearing the beanie and sunglasses. So we tried to include all those accessories in there to give you like the full range.
That is so cool. What factors are involved from Vermin Gonzalez? Hi, Vermin. He's one of our watchers like every week and asks a lot of questions. He would like to know what factors are involved as to which characters get made. I think you kind of said that there's a lot of people who decide that.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors in that decision making. It isn't just like me saying, "Hey, I want to make MODOK," and then it's instant. We have a MODOK.
And then it appears. It's
wish.
weird. He has this like magic power where he's like MODOK, and then there's one on the table.
If I had that power over space and time, I probably wouldn't be working here. I would be using that for other. I'd be my own superhero.
Kitty always talks about how she thinks people use powers too small. Would that be an element? Like, would Walter be thinking too small if he had the ability to manifest anything and then just made 6-scale figures?
That's pretty creative use of that.
Yeah, I could change the planet, but I'm just gonna make toys.
Actually, I think I might do stuff like that with that power. Quinn St. Kitts wants to know, how come 6-scale figures don't come out as often as the statues?
Because 6-scale figures are a lot more complicated to make than statues.
They have to pose.
Yeah, a statue, the expectation to touch a statue really isn't there. It's kind of like you move it and then you're like, oh, hey, didn't break it. Where 6-scale, you're supposed to, like exactly, right? So the level of complexity to handle that wear and tear is another issue.
Yeah, and you also have to take into account like clothing and accessories and swap outs and all these things that, so an arm or a hand can swap out on a statue, but with a 6-scale figure, if you swap out an arm or a hand, it also has to pose the same way everything else does and move with the clothing the same way everything else does.
Exactly. These have to be functional, whereas statues are more kind of just decorative.
We're also having people ask if you've watched the Netflix series.
I have.
And what is your favorite episode? Pick one episode and decide, because I don't want to answer for him.
Last episode's pretty good when he's fighting Homeboy in the power suit.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I was just gonna say though, like Luke Cage is so well done in Netflix because it's like the arc is perfect.
Yeah.
So how can you pull one of the episodes out and be like, this is my favorite episode? It's like, I just like the whole season.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
There we go. Cool. Do we have any more questions? I feel like there are some audience questions that might be coming through. More so? More?
A lot of are you guys going to make this or would you do this? But
MODOK.
Yes.
Not an announcement.
MODOK at Comic-Con.
And you all will be very disappointed. Or Walter has powers and this was his way of telling everybody.
I'm just going to sneak a little cardboard cutout of MODOK in there.
Oh, that would be such a great inside joke for everybody who watches the show. Yeah.
Hussein Fiasco on Facebook wants to know, who's your favorite villain in the Marvel Universe?
Well, I was an X-Men fan back in the day. So first X-Men villain, Magneto.
Sweet.
Dope.
Magneto's pretty dope.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is cool? I don't know. Thanos. Thanos not too shabby.
I'm mad at Thanos right now. I was like super mad at Thanos right now.
Thanos is very effective.
He is. He is. Moving on. Super mad at Thanos. With the Daredevil 6-scale already released and now a Luke Cage that's been announced, and by the way, goes up for pre-order tomorrow, May 24th, between noon and 3 p.m. Pacific time. If you would like to RSVP to be notified, head on over to sideshow.com/Luke Cage. That's sideshow.com/Luke Cage. Sorry, I boycott, like I kind of took over your question, Nigel, but it also makes sense to do an Iron Fist and a Jessica Jones, so are there any plans for them?
It would make sense to do those things.
Yes, that's a good answer.
Agreed.
Walter hasn't been on the show before, but he's already a pro. That does make sense. Agreed. Oh, look. Change.org. Sideshow Collectibles to make a 6-scale MODOK. It already has happened. Never underestimate our fans. So here are some of the things that should you go purchase this for pre-order tomorrow, and you should. These are some of the things it comes with. It has the classic yellow t-shirt and black jeans, a black leather-like jacket. Walter's my Vanna White. A cage belt buckle, a cage name necklace, a silver chain necklace that Kevin is holding off camera, removable wristbands, sunglasses, chain weapon accessory, and 9 hands. Wow, that's awesome.
He needs a lot of hands.
He does. A
got a lot of work to do.
pair of fists, a pair of gesture, a pair of grip, and a left fist grip. His exclusive is a fist with Luke Cage knuckle rings.
Yeah. Some 4-finger rings.
Oh my god, that's so cool! They don't show me things before the broadcast, but that's awesome!
Yep.
Oh my
4-finger
god,
rings.
Kitty, are you dying?
Radio Raheem
Kitty's a
action.
big Luke Cage fan as well, so I feel like she's just turning bright red off
Day
camera.
one pre-order. Yes. That's the phrase.
We already have a sale. Intergalactic mojito with again, I
That's
really
a great
want the
name.
recipe for that drink. Who is
Well
Walter's
done.
favorite female hero in the Marvel Universe?
I don't know. Growing up, I was always an X-Men fan, so maybe Shadowcat or Rogue.
Good choices.
X-Men, Storm, of all those chicks.
Any of the X-Men's the right answer.
Yes.
Can you really go wrong with a female in the Marvel Universe? They're pretty great.
Get Dazzler on here, have another dance party.
Actually, that would be great. I love Dazzler in that really terrible kitschy 80s way. Dazzler's great.
The official costume has roller skates.
I know!
Come on.
And by the way, her Marvel Legends figure is super easy to make stand up because of those roller skates. You can balance her on more ground.
See?
There you go. So again, the short link to RSVP for Luke Cage, who goes available for pre-order tomorrow, is sideshow.com/Luke Cage. That is sideshow.com/Luke Cage. And it has the thumbs up approval of Walter O'Neill. Thank you so much for being on the show, Walter.
Thanks for having me.
It's super awesome to have you. Hopefully you'll come back. We didn't scare you too much,
If you guys invite me back.
even with all the dancing that happened. We have a short video break, and when we come back, we will be talking Luke, Leia, and the Han Solo premium format figures. You're watching Sideshow Live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special unboxing segment. Today, we will be unboxing the Boba Fett animated version 6-scale figure from Hot Toys. Now, our friends at Hot Toys were awesome enough to let us have an advanced sample of this guy so we could unbox him for you. So let's get right to it. We're just gonna pull off the classic Star Wars box, black with the character on it. Very classic Star Wars packaging. And of course, we have amazing internal box art as always. Hot Toys is so awesome at this. So there you go. It's a couple of different ways you could potentially pose your Boba Fett 6-scale figure. But you guys are really interested in what's inside, so let's do this. Just trying to keep the table a little bit clean. As always, there are instructions on the bottom. These instructions are for things like range of motion and to make sure you don't pose your Boba Fett in a way that would hurt him. Because, he is the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy, but at the same time, he has his physical limits just like all of us. So let's take him out of the box. Ooh, this little posable piece of fabric's pretty great. And it is posable, so you will have to kind of straighten it out once you get him out of the box. There you go. He comes with his very specific jetpack, but let's get to that in a second. First, I'm going to get him on his stand. It is a Mandalorian-themed hexagonal stand, right here like that. But this is Boba Fett as he appeared in the animated short in the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special television film. So it's actually the first time we ever saw Boba Fett. He looked like this, and he was animated. So that's why the animated version, it all starting to come together for those of you who didn't know, why is Boba Fett blue? Why is he yellow? That's why. So he has a finely crafted blue Mandalorian helmet. I'm going to attach his jetpack. It is pretty fragile, but you have to, there are these little hooks in the back, and you have to attach him to the hooks. Now, if I can't do this in the next couple seconds, I might just like let you all do it and take a close-up look at his jetpack. So how about we do that? There we go, jetpack. That's a better look at it anyway, because, you know, we don't have a turntable over here. He also obviously has his weapon of choice. Let me see what this is called. The Electropole. That's pretty cool. He actually comes with quite a few weapons. The Electropole. Here's a blaster for him as well. Oops, there we go. That's a better look at it. Oh my gosh, and he also comes with some swap outs. So you can put these, I think, on the front of the Electropole. Let's see. These are all very small, so let's see if we can get a close-up on them right here. So, now let's get right to it. This is a body with over 30 points of articulation on him. He has 7 individual interchangeable gloved hands, so that includes a pair of fists, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of hands for holding weapons, and one specific hand for holding the Electropole. Sorry about that. Let's get all these hands out so you guys can take a look at them as well. So that looks like the weapon holding hands. Here are some other hands. And the last hand. And then obviously he has the fists on him right now. So he has his blue and yellow Mandalorian armor. Obviously, I mentioned earlier that it's from the animated series, so that's what he looked like when he first appeared in the animated series. He has his gray flight suit underneath. He has a brown and orange posable cape, which is pretty cool. It's wired right here. He has a blue belt with pouches, a brown blaster pistol holster, a pair of blue gauntlets. Ooh, those are nice. Yellow knee guards. He's much more colorful this way. Blue and gray boots. Obviously, I mentioned the Electropole. He has a blaster. He has his blue and yellow jetpack. It does clip. There are these like little hooks on the back of Boba that, here, let me turn him around really quick so you can see. You will have to kind of spend a little time attaching it perfectly, but we don't have enough time in this segment for me to do it, so instead I'm just going to show you. He goes like right here like this. Yeah? Yeah? Got it? All right. Anyway, you can order him right now at sideshow.com/animatedboba. Yes, he is available and will be shipping very soon, so that's sideshow.com/animatedboba. This has been an unboxing of the Boba Fett animated version 6-scale figure by our friends over at Hot Toys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show. This is so pretty. I just love it. Oh, what do we have here? They truly belong among the clouds, yeah? Anyway, we have the Luke, Leia, and Han Solo premium format figures right here. This is, you know, the originals. Like, the major players in the original Star Wars trilogy. Like, these are the characters we fell in love with if you were the fan that fell in love with the original trilogy, like most of us, I think, in this room. So let's just get right to it. I just love the way they look as a collection. Like, I kind of want to step back for a second and just take a look at them together. Oh, and I'm Lando. So there you go. Now we have all of them. Of course, Leia's not from the correct movie. She's from A New Hope. But, you know, she's still perfect. Oh my God, I love how much she looks. Anyway, let's get to what we are actually looking at. So the Luke premium format figure right in the middle here. Let's start with him. This is based on his look in The Empire Strikes Back with a detailed likeness of Mark Hamill. I like how he has the weathering effects on his costume, like he just came back from Dagobah. He has, his costume is cut and sew, so he is a combination of sculpt and fabric. He has a Cloud City base. See this Cloud City themed base right here? It's so good. And the blue lightsaber that you see when it pans back up, is the collector's edition. The exclusive is the right hand with blaster and the lightsaber in the hilt. So what you're seeing right now is the collector edition. See the blasters in his holster. Thank you. I was like, it's not a hilt. The hilt is the bottom of the lightsaber. I know what I'm talking about. And it is a limited edition of 600, and you can pre-order him now. He will be shipping sometime in late summer, early fall. So to go pre-order him right now, head on over to sideshow.com/LukePF. That is sideshow.com/LukePF. Oh my God, that portrait. I love the eyes. The eyes are so great. He definitely looks like he just is tired, but he needs to save his friends. So much going on. Luke is so layered in this particular scene. He's like fighting Darth Vader for the first time. He's about to find out probably the biggest news of his life, I would say, until he finds out the other news. So let's head on over to her. This is the Leia premium format figure. This is the newest addition to the Star Wars premium format collection. I'm just gonna tilt her a little bit for you. This is the prototype, so we can't move her a whole lot. But there you go right there. That is Leia. There we go. Wait, I'm still not. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's my favorite. That look, like around the corner. That's kind of what I think of when I think of Leia in A New Hope. This has the official likeness of Carrie Fisher. This is from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And it is sculpted and also has cut and sew, including her gown that you see her in the first time you ever see her. Yes, it does have a hood. No, we can't put it up because it is the prototype. I love her so much. This is the collector edition that you're looking at right now. The exclusive on her is a swap out arm holding the Death Star plans, which is amazing. So she has her iconic buns, her iconic white dress, everything that you think of when you think of Princess Leia in Star Wars A New Hope. And she is available for pre-order right now. She went up for pre-order on May the 4th, and you can get her at sideshow.com/LeiaPF. That's sideshow.com/LeiaPF. Wow. And I loved her blaster. Everything about her when you first see Leia. This is like that moment. You see Leia put the plans into R2, and then you see Leia she's going to take on the entire Empire on her own. That's who she is. And it's right there. I think she's captured perfectly. So now we're going to head on over to Han Solo. I love Han Solo. And I'm very excited for the opening and everyone seeing Solo, A Star Wars Story this week. So this guy's definitely in the spotlight right now. This is based on Han in The Empire Strikes Back with the likeness of Harrison Ford. He is sculpted and also has cut and sew because I don't know that you could get the jacket and the shirt and the pants correctly. Well, we could because we could. But it's just a lot cooler. And Han is the epitome of cool. So we definitely want to get Han in all of his glory on right here. Oh, these close-ups are so great. He is on a Millennium Falcon themed base, blaster in hand. He's limited edition to only 600 pieces. Is that the exclusive? The exclusive is limited to 600 pieces?
Correct.
Correct. Cool. And the exclusive is a right hand with an E11 blaster. Ah, and he has like a thermal detonator right there. Look at how cool. Han is just so cool. That's like the word to describe Han, right? He's like the cowboy, kind of. The rogue. The rebel. Yes. Anyway, you can also pre-order Han now as well. Go to sideshow.com/solopf. Sideshow.com/solopf. He will also be shipping kind of in mid-summer, late summer. That's the time frame we're looking at. Look at that close-up on his blaster. I just peeked my head in. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, messed up that shot. But look at how cool Han is. Oh my gosh. This is the Star Wars collection so far. What could be coming next? I don't know. But I'm very excited to see what that could possibly be. You look like you have something to say, Chicky.
No, I know, but I can't say.
Oh, Chicky knows, but you can't say it. Darn. That's fair, though. Chicky knows all, in case you guys haven't figured that out yet. She knows everything. We have another short video break for you, and when we come back, we have a Q&A with everybody in the room. So be sure to ask us a lot of questions. We love answering all kinds of questions about what you saw on the show today, about our, geekiness, about the podcast. Kitty and I are doing podcasts now, and there's so many things you could be asking about. So be sure to ask us questions because we like it. You have Challenger, Brett, Brendan, Kitty, Chicky, Dennis, and Jen, and John Wick all available to answer questions for you guys. So you're watching Sideshow Live. We will be right back. Sorry, I'm reading some of the questions that are coming in, and JJ Joe asked, has anyone been to Secrets of the Empire? Kitty and I went and did that. It was pretty awesome. We also went with Sideshow Alex, and we had a ton of fun. So if you guys have one of those Void Secrets of the Empires opening near you, highly recommend doing it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, very cool. But yeah, now we're starting our Q&A. So what are you guys going to ask us about? While we get the questions starting to come in, I just wanted to point out this lovely S. You want to get a, closer look at this lovely S? Because you can RSVP for this S. This is the prototype, and obviously we kind of beat it up a lot because you can see all the wear and tear from being on the show. That's how most people feel after they are a guest on our show, and we managed to capture it in this S. So head on over to sideshow.com/SIcon, that's SICON, and you can RSVP for our Sideshow S that you can display with all of your Sideshow figures on your shelf and then send us a shelfie. Yes?
Dark Mufasa had a question about this.
Dark Mufasa, any news on the Sideshow S icon? Just gave it to you. RSVP at sideshow.com/SIcon. Do we have?
Pre-production.
It's in pre-production right now. Sweet. See, Chicky knows all. Wow. That's a lot of questions, you guys.
Get going.
Good, but yeah, Scott K wants to know, you guys make great PFs. How about creating an awesome backdrop to put behind them? How about it?
How about we make smart prints?
Yeah. You could use an art print. Yeah. You're talking to the wrong group for that. There's awesome box art a lot of times that I use box art as backdrops for my display a lot of times because our graphic arts design department does such a great job with all that box art and all the art prints that why wouldn't you want to display them all together if you can, because that's great. All right. Oh my God, the questions are coming in so fast that I can't see even the top ones. Can we scroll up a little bit? Challenger?
What's up?
Can we scroll up a little bit so I can
I
see?
was reading the questions,
Yeah, I know.
too.
I need to see the questions.
There we go.
Okay. Susan, with the success of Deadpool and Logan being rated R, this is from Carlos, do you think we will have an R-rated Star Wars movie? No. I don't think so. I don't think Star Wars is an R-rated property, to be totally honest. Like, I don't need to see Han Solo say the F word. Like,
I do.
you do?
Now that you put that out there.
I put that in Chicky's head, and now that's all she wants to see.
I want the gritty Porg origin story. Like, rated R.
Kitty wants a rated R Porg movie, which makes me just go make this face.
That's wrong on so many levels.
I know the Brit wants a rated R Ewok movie because he wants he wants it to be called like the Savage Ewok or something like that, and have them have bugs in their fur. And I was like, so
Dirty Ewok.
I was like, that Ewok just needs a bath. Go find a waterfall. It's a forest moon. There's got to be rivers and lakes and waterfalls, right? All right. Who is seeing Solo this weekend? Armand Dubé wants to know.
I probably will.
Everyone.
Everyone? I was like, we're all going to.
Yeah.
I've already seen it. Dark Mufasa, we answered his question about the S. Tenchi in Facebook. What do you all think Infinity War, Deadpool 2, or what order do you think Infinity War, Deadpool 2, and Solo will finish at the box office this weekend? I don't know. I'm so bad at box office predictions. I don't know. Does anyone...
Probably Infinity War, Deadpool, then Solo.
But Deadpool beat Infinity War this past weekend. Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about like opening.
This current, like next, like on Sunday, Monday, whenever the box office for this coming weekend comes out.
I think it'll be Solo, Avengers, and then Deadpool 2.
I actually kind of agree with that. Solo, Infinity War, Deadpool 2. I think Deadpool 2 is going to drop faster than Deadpool 1 did. But I still have to see Deadpool 2, so...
Oh, there you go.
And obviously that'll make a huge difference. Please ask Challenger to yell, "It's not a tumor."
It's not a tumor.
There you go, Jason Todd. Jasmine Edwards wants to know, do you all own any life-size figures? If not, is there one you'd consider buying if they made it? Chicky owns life-size figures.
I do.
I have some life-size busts.
Yeah, Dennis has life-size bus.
Does the Thor frog count as life size?
Oh, that's true. I have the Thor frog also. Does that count as life-size? I want a life-size R2, but I don't know where I'd put it. Where would I put it? Chicky has a life-size R2. I know that.
You'd have to carve out most of your collection.
I know. I would have to put it in. I don't have space for it. As much as I hate to admit that. Yet.
To build a
I need a legendary scale R2 before I can think about a life-size R2. Anyway, does anyone else have life-size figures? Because you have a life-size Predator bus, Challenger.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you have life-size bus. I don't have any life-size bus. Kitty and I have life-size Thor frogs, as does the Brit, who's not in this room, but he apparently pops into chat whenever he feels like it, so he might make an appearance. Seb would like to know, for Susan and Kitty, where do you guys get your information for the podcast? Our brains. We do a little bit of research.
A little bit of research just to make sure we're getting names and numbers correct.
Yeah, and we do research to also make sure, for me, I'm making sure I have dates correctly, because I'll know, like, this occurred in the 70s or the 80s, but I won't know specific, like, 71 or 82 or whatever. But the topics come from our brains.
A couple of years of comic book collecting and...
Couple of years.
Well,
some more than others. Some have more years than others.
how many long boxes? Yeah. Or
Yeah.
watching the movies, oh damn.
Yeah.
You need a backpack to just go up and out and pick up your comics on a monthly basis.
Yeah, Chicky came with us to pick up our comics one time. And she
And
just
it was
started...
it was a Thor week.
It was
for
a
me.
Thor week for Kitty. And it was an all-new Wolverine week for me. And Chicky was just going like this. But we tell Jen this all the time because Jen has to share an office with Kitty and I. And she's like, how do you guys know all this stuff? And I always go back to, I don't know math. Like, I have no idea how to do even basic math. So...
Apparently you do.
But she can tell you everything about the Spider-Verse.
I can pay for the comic books, but that's consumerism. That's not math. I'm not putting I'm not adding tax to anything, or I just am like, here's the money. Give me comics.
Right. There's a certain type of comic book math, though, because you were talking about what number the issue was, and of what series, and it didn't sound like complicated scientific math when you guys were going back and forth with the shop owner.
Oh, that's true. Okay, fine. We can do comic book math. That's different. So, when will you guys show Juggernaut and Mystique? Nigel would like to know. Soon. Wow. Oh my gosh, everything just scrolled all the way. So I hope I can answer this.
That's it.
That's it?
Well, no, just read through. I can't scroll up anymore.
You can't scroll up anymore? No. Oh, yeah, I need to see all those questions at the top. Okay. Rich won a wait list for a Predator exclusive.
I think it's on. He's on the wait list.
Oh, he's on the wait list
Yeah.
for a Predator exclusive. What are the chances of getting it? It depends on how big the wait list is and the product and everything. Like, you can call customer support in order to...
If it's still a pre-order item,
It's still a pre-order item?
then your chances of getting it are still pretty decent.
Okay.
If it's already sold out, then...
Okay, so Jen says that if it's still on pre-order on the site, your chances of getting it are probably pretty decent, but if it says sold out, the chances go down. So, John Wick has life-size Greedo and life-size Grievous bust, so that's his answer to the life-size question. Who checked if they were killed by Thanos?
Next question.
Any plans for a Cloud City Leia PF? We don't know. I can tell you that she does truly belong among the clouds, but I don't know. We don't know. Maybe Chicky knows, but Chicky won't tell you. So, we don't know. Hopefully. Jasmine Edwards says, what R-rated superhero movie would you want to see?
Lobo.
Oh, Lobo. That's a good one. Batman's also a good one. Those are really good. Batman and Lobo are really good. I like both of those choices. Because I don't know. We got an R-rated Deadpool. I can't think of anything else. Anyway. Thanks, Jasmine. Oh, Fluffy Kitty of Mordor! Yay! I love that person just because that's the best username. Oh, how many PF statues does Susan own? You might have Kitty might have a better idea since she's helped me move twice.
I lost count.
She's looked them twice.
Yeah, she has. She's helped me move twice. So she has a very good idea of all my... She's like taking out paper and like getting a Sharpie.
How do you convince her to do it twice?
The first
Once
time
I
there-
can see.
The first
you
time there was
choose into
pizza.
The first time I gave her free
And
pizza.
the second time she gave me a Supergirl she didn't want anymore.
Yeah. So I bribe her is the answer to that. And I made her watch Twin Peaks. Which I don't know if she considered like a bonus or not. What is the most expensive comic that Kitty owns? That's a good question. That's from JJ Joe.
Yeah, it would be. I have Tales of Suspense number 57, which is the first appearance of Hawkeye.
That's the math.
Okay.
That's the math.
And I paid about $200 for it. So
Wow.
that's the most expensive one.
I have the first appearance of Black Cat, the first appearance of Doctors. I don't know. The first appearance of Black Cat. I was like, that's all I know. I can't do the math I don't know math. She still knows some math.
It hasn't completely deteriorated.
Yeah, I have the first appearance of Black Cat, the first appearance of the Defenders. Like my Defenders, not her Defenders. Stay tuned. Upcoming podcast. If you guys have missed out on the podcast while we're talking about it, there are two currently, the Geek Culture Countdown and the Then and Now podcast, because Kitty and I can't stop talking comics. And we talked comics one time in front of John Wick, and he was like, this should be a podcast, and then made us talk comics in a booth while we were recorded.
Did he make us, or did they just quickly flip on the mic while we were
I
still
feel like
talking?
they just kind of like herded us into the booth. Like, hey guys, there's coffee and tea in here. And we were like, what? Coffee and tea? Now talk about comics. Okay. Okay.
Those are a lot of fun because we do top 10 lists for like really cool random topics
Really
that you might not always think about.
Yeah. Like we just did Superhero Headquarters. That just went live on Monday. So any device you listen to podcasts on, iTunes, Alexa, etc.
Where would they get a hold of you if they wanted to suggest topics?
Oh, at geeksideshow.com. Go to geeksideshow.com to let your geek side show.
We've got blog posts for the podcast.
Yeah.
Just let us know in
And
the
if you
comments.
think we're totally wrong about our top 10 list, we want to hear that too. Because a lot of them are just like really hard to nail down to 10.
Go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel because they also all go up on YouTube. It's really cool. Someone says, oh, would Lando Susan make a deal to keep the Empire out of the Sideshow offices? See, I always got mad at Lando for that. Like, I was super mad at him in the movies. But now I'm dressed as Lando. And I feel like the Empire might have infiltrated the Sideshow offices a little bit already. Chicky. So, I don't know that I could make a deal to keep them out. Because I like having Chicky around. Now I want to do a buddy cop thing with Chicky as Vader and me as Lando.
I don't think it'll work out well for you, Susan.
No, it wouldn't. This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
It does.
What is the most valuable comic to you? Price doesn't matter. Do you want to go?
No, you first.
I have the first appearance of X-23 in not Original Sin. That's the first appearance of Silk, which I also have, and that also means a lot to me. But in the Max imprint, she appeared on that one comic that now I'm forgetting the name of.
Why am I thinking it's Nyx?
It is Nyx!
Oh, okay.
Oh! I was like, I'm just seeing the giant X at the bottom, and I can't picture what the top of the comic says. NYX. Oh! This is why we keep her around. Because when my brain...
This is why we keep you around.
Well, because when
Tell us a little bit more why we do
if
that.
you listen to the Then and Now podcast, you'll know that I'm a little bit older than Kitty. And therefore, I forget things a little easier. And her brain is still fresh and remembers everything. But yeah, first appearance of X-23, first appearance of Silk. Those are probably the two that mean the most to me.
I think for me it would be the first Jane Foster Thor issue, not like the one she cameoed in God of Thunder, but that first one. I have the Isad Ribic variant, and that was the one they showed as concept art when they announced the character.
I
and
love
that was like, I don't know, that changed everything for me.
I love that. What a good question, Armand in Facebook. Matt in Facebook wants to know what comic was canceled that you would bring back. Silk. Now that we're talking about her. No, Silk could carry her own series, I think, and is a vital part of the Spider-Verse, so come on, Marvel.
Chelsea Kane's Mockingbird, that one got the axe.
Chelsea Kane's Mockingbird was so good. Oh my gosh.
It had a corgi in it too, like, come on.
It did. I would also, I want All New Wolverine to keep going. And Tom Taylor's amazing, but so go read X-Men Red if you're a fan of All New Wolverine, because she and Honey Badger are part of the team. Plus Jonathan the actual Wolverine, we should make a Jonathan premium format figure. That's what I want. Jonathan. Nobody would want that except me.
It's a real Wolverine.
It would just be a Wolverine. So that's cool. Jamie Dewberry wants to know who in the Sideshow offices is a Sith Lord. Not me. I am very much rebel scum. I think Challenger's a Sith Lord. No. Oh, is it because you're not force sensitive?
Yeah.
It's because he's not force sensitive. He's just a scout trooper. I don't.
All right.
I'm just waiting for Chicky to answer this.
It's all me, right?
The thing is, I don't even think that you are. I think that you're like, if you are,
You're still good in her, I know it.
Yeah. I feel like if she is a Sith, she's like infiltrating the Sith and reporting back to the Jedi. That's what I think you're doing.
Nice save. Can I be a totally way to walk that back?
Can I be a droid if we're choosing?
I would want to be a droid also. We could be droids. Who is most likely to leave a mess in the Sideshow microwave? From That Guy Hugs. I don't know, actually. I don't think everybody's, to be honest, that microwave's pretty clean.
And if it's not, you'll get an email from Dave Igo.
Yeah, and if it's not, Dave Igo sends out a shame email. If you park incorrectly or if you use the microwave and leave a mess, Dave Igo sends out shame emails. So no one really does that anymore. He still shames guest parking. That's it.
Right. But my retaliation is coming.
Ooh, see? Sith Lord. How many capes does Susan own on a scale of 1 to Lando? Nate E501 wants to know. I actually own quite a few capes. Because I have my Batman cape for when I was Batman. I have a Scarlet Witch cape from when I was Scarlet Witch.
Strange.
I have a Doctor Strange cloak. It's a cloak. It's the cloak of levitation. It's a relic. It's important.
Does it move on its own?
What?
That would be great if you do remote control the cape. And
Oh my god, that would be
have it
amazing.
move when you get
That's
past
an
people.
Elhofer. Mine's the Elhofer cloak, so it's all knitted and pretty and patterned and everything. Speaking of which, this is also Elhofer. I heard that people were asking about it in the chat. Do you watch anime? And if so, what's your favorite? Cowboy Bebop has been my favorite for a long time. I don't watch a lot of anime, but I love Cowboy Bebop. And I loved Ghost in the Shell. Kitty watches anime. That's why I'm looking at her. So I'm hoping you'll chime in so I'm not the only one talking. As much as I like to hear my own voice.
I used to watch a lot of them a long time ago, like a lot of magical girl stuff,
Yeah.
like Angelic Lair with the little fighting robots.
Oh my
That was
gosh,
super
of
cool.
course you did.
But I just started My Hero Academia because it's all superheroes. And
Aww. I haven't seen that one, but that concept I really like.
It's fun
Does-
because it's like 80% of the human race has some sort of a power.
Oh, I
and
love
like
that.
20% don't, and so it's like how do you live? In
Does
this super world?
Agretsuko count? Because you and I are obsessed with Agretsuko, as are like quite a few people in this office. JJ Joe wants to know what's the estimated timeline for the new studio? Hopefully a month. Ooh.
Have you noticed it's always been a month?
Yeah. Next month,
That's just a
JJ
big
Joe
lie.
can ask that question again, and we'll say hopefully a month. Hopefully
That's
a month.
A big lie.
If it's a month, it'll be in time for my birthday. That'll be a cool treat. Happy birthday. Here's a new studio. Because it's just for me. It's not for anybody else who puts a lot of time and work in. By the way, this is for everybody who puts like so much time and work into the show. I love how much like our team works together. It's so amazing. To John Wick as well, since he's not here. Intergalactic Mojito, who's the best dancer in the Sideshow offices? He's gonna kill me. Kellum, who won't be on the show ever, especially now. But Kellum is such a good dancer, I think, anyway.
And Anna brings the dance party.
Anna brings the dance party.
Apparently Walter does too.
Walter is an awesome dancer. I'm a pretty good dancer. Chicky's actually a very good dancer, too. Chicky used to have us do morning dance-offs to shake it off. Yeah, you did. You did. You'd come into the office and turn on Shake It Off really loud, and we'd all have to dance to it, whether we wanted to or not. I wanted to. Some people did not.
You called me out as a Swiftie. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm a Swiftie, too. I was at the concert on Friday night.
I haven't been, but did you see the big snakes?
I did. I sent you the... Did you get my video? I sent you the video.
Do they move?
They do move. I'll send you more videos. I have videos of the big snakes.
Yeah, I got it.
Because I'm sure you all, care about this. We are still live. Chicky and I are having a Swiftie conversation live on camera. If an earthquake were to strike right now, which figure behind you do you save from falling?
Oh, jeez.
I'm getting under the table.
Yeah, I was like, I'll probably save myself, but if I am guaranteed safety, I would probably save Zyle. Because she looks like she'd be the hardest to put back together.
Well, with the amount of time you're taking, the earthquake has already happened and everything's trapped.
That's true. I just took way too long to decide. Oh, this is a great question, and one that we will probably end on since this segment has gone on a long time. Intergalactic Mojito wants to know who bakes the best cookies at Sideshow, and that answer is Jen. Jen. Jen makes all kinds of treats. She made us like salted caramel brownies yesterday, and they were heavenly.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't get one? You were sick.
They were amazing. Jen makes the best cookies. She makes the best.
And there's one she won't give the recipe up for.
Which one?
The Christmas pie.
Oh, the Christmas toffee. I love that stuff. I like eat it like a raccoon. I'm like at her desk the whole time.
And it only shows up once.
It shows up once a year, and you have to get as many pieces as you can because you have I got lucky 2 years ago because I almost missed it last year and only got I only got crumbs, but 2 years ago you had just brought it out and just put it out, and I was like, ha ha, and like pocketed some. Because I'm a hoarder raccoon. Anyway, you guys, this was an amazing show. Thank you so much for watching. Congrats to all involved in the Kickstarter. This was such an amazing thing for everybody to do. Congrats if you were a backer as well. Ooh, yes, yeah. Okay, waiting, yeah. Yes. Anyway. We featured the Batman art print. We featured the Predator Jungle Hunter print and maquette. Big thanks to Walter for being on the show with us. That was amazing and telling us all about the Luke Cage 6-scale figure. We even showed off some Star Wars premium format figures. It was so amazing. Remember to keep up to date on all of our crazy live things that we do from time to time at sideshow.com/notify. That way you are notified. Every time we go live. It's like
it's just gonna be
it's just gonna keep getting I know it's GIF-a-pal. We learned that a couple fans out there turned me into GIFs, so I just totally gave you so much material this show. So enjoy. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. Kitty will be back with the after party on Instagram. So that'll be really exciting, showing you all the stuff that's back here. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back next week, and don't forget to let your geek side show. Thank you guys for watching.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, that all men are created equal.
My parents got together in the late 60s, early 70s. Black dad, white mom, back in Ohio. This segregation had just stopped. So them living in Ohio wasn't necessarily a thing. That couldn't happen. My dad moved out here to California first, and then my mom eventually followed. And I think it was very important to them that they, I don't want to say right the wrongs of their parents, but do things a little bit differently. A big one of that was not stifling the dreams of their kids, having them be realistic about what those dreams could turn into, but also encouraging them to be dreamers. My dad, he got it in his head that he really liked art and really wanted to be an artist of some kind, but I think then the reality of family and money and other people's expectations of what you should be doing with your life kind of reined in on him and made him change his course a little bit. And I think he really thought one day, I'll come back to it, and then it never really quite happened. My parents were gung-ho on me being an artist. They tried to foster that by just any kind of art-related stuff that was in the house. It wasn't until it was college time that I was like, okay, this is the time to get serious and figure out how I'm gonna walk this path. The stuff I like to do, there really wasn't the kind of outlet for it. I was into comic books and buff dudes and superheroes and monsters. The only avenues that were really out there that I thought were interesting, it was all editorial work. You were making the little illustration that sat inside the little corner of an article about some random thing in some magazine. That's where the money was. If being a professional artist translated into doing editorial work 24/7 and that was it, I had absolutely no interest in that. So it wasn't even an option for me. I was just crestfallen by the end of college. I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had no idea where I was headed. If I'm trying to do something art-related, I want to be happy with it. Finding an avenue where that could happen, it seemed impossible at that point. So it's okay, shelve it. What else am I going to do? First job was working set construction at Disney, tutoring algebra and geometry, tutoring at a private Jewish middle school, video game testing, just whatever job presented itself, boom, let's take it. I wasn't really thinking about kind of the next move. I was just rolling with everything. in the back of my mind, I still had that artist at some point, until I hit 30. Then it's like 30's an age. Like that's a milestone age. If I'm 30 years old and I'm still talking about the one day that I might do this thing over here, I'll get back to that one day. So I figured, okay, I either got to do it or stop talking about it. You have to consciously make that one day today. And then I just decided, okay, I'm going to work on a portfolio and I'm going to try and make a run at this. The goal was just to get better and just to add skills to the skill set. I started to meet some other professional artists, and a lot of them being sculptors, and started talking to them more, and I was just blown away by the work that they were able to do. Then that inspired me to like, okay, well, if I'm not setting the world on fire 2D, well, maybe I can try and get a name for myself 3D maybe. So by the time I got to Sideshow, I had this wealth of knowledge, and I was able to really talk intelligently about 2D work and 3D work. Being able to crack that nut and figure out a way to make a living as an artist, that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. This whole industry, it didn't really exist in this format when I was in college. Because as an artist, I like focusing on like the figure. So like this industry is kind of a godsend for me. Every once in a while, my dad will send me an email just to tell me how proud he is of me, that I'm essentially living the dream that he didn't have the chance to. My parents are very proud with where I've ended up, but also that I'm happy and it's working. And I think that's the important part. My name is Walter O'Neill, and I have a real job making art.